I watched the movie Arrival, and if you haven't seen it, it stars Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner. And Amy Adams is Louise, and Jeremy Renner is Ian. And essentially, she's like a language expert, and he's a rocket scientist or something like that. And all of this is about these aliens, these septopods. And I don't know if it's 7 of them or 12 of them that land all over the world. Like there's one in America, there's one in China, there's one in Japan, and they're all over the world. And they're trying to figure out what their purpose is. And she's a language expert, so they're trying to communicate with the aliens. And I'm gonna spoil the movie. This movie made me really upset. I have my thoughts about what would happen if we actually met aliens. But basically what happens is through this movie, as she speaks to the aliens and starts communicating with them, she starts having these weird dreams and these flashbacks, and she can't place who these people are. And this one girl keeps popping up in her dream, and she's talking to the septopod, the alien, and he keeps showing her stuff, and she goes, I don't know who this is. Like, what are you trying to tell me? So then eventually she figures it out, and her and Ian, Louise and Ian, end up getting together, and she sees the future. She can see the future. And she also sees that she has a daughter, because when they first meet up, Ian and Louise, and they're tasked with figuring out how to communicate with the aliens, they don't know each other. They're perfect strangers, right? But this movie moves through time, and they get together, and you find out that they get divorced, but you don't know why they got divorced. You don't know who this kid is. Turns out Louise has a baby with Jeremy, and through communicating with the aliens, she finds out that her daughter gets cancer, and early, right? I think she passes away aged 8 or age 12. And then you find out that Ian gets mad at her because I guess she tells him before it happens. So, but why would you do it in the first place? Why would you get involved with this man, get married to him, have this kid knowing it's going to end tragically? And also, why didn't you ask the aliens something reasonable if they could see the future? Okay? Like if it was me and I met some aliens and they were showing me the future, I could give about who I end up with. I don't care. Tell me if my ether is gonna do good by 2029. Are we gonna be able to find an alternative for ice cream? Are we gonna find a healthy alternative for ice cream that's delicious? That isn't cashews. So there's important things, and also one of these aliens lands in Sudan, if I'm not mistaken. What is Sudan gonna contribute to the conversation about aliens? Do you know Africans? Do you know a single what African nation is gonna cooperate with aliens? Okay, my country wouldn't. I can tell you, I know Sudan wouldn't. You think they're gonna communicate with a bunch of aliens? They're not. But for some reason, there's this aliens land in Sudan, and it just doesn't make any sense. But Sudan's a lovely country. My favorite thing to do in the middle of the night when I can't sleep is turn on random music that I don't understand. And last month, I just decided to look up Sudanese music, and they have this cool little neck dance that they do, and I really like it. But yeah, the movie Arrival really upset me. Like really, really, really upset me. Also, I think aliens wouldn't talk to us. Like, I genuinely believe they would be like, these guys are idiots. Like, we're not going to gain anything from them. I think if anything, if aliens were going to come, they would just wipe us out, and just take Earth. Not that Earth is great, because there's volcanoes and hurricanes and twisters, and I'm sure circumstances are better on places like Mars. I know for a fact not Saturn, because Saturn's a shithole. One of its moons secretes cyanide, okay? And it's like minus 200 degrees. So Saturn's no princess. I don't know why we glorify Saturn. And yeah, so those are my thoughts on the movie Arrival. Maybe I'm just a cynical person who's going through an episode right now, but that movie really upset me. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Okay. Bye.